I am. I can see myself on the screen, so that means it's time for me to start dancing and time to start painting. Good afternoon, weirdos and malafolks. How are y'all doing today? I am Doug, also known as Guslato in Top Doug Design, and I am here today to paint these Ronin. I'm pointing in. You can't see those. These Ronin here. Continuing on my journey with the mercenaries. I've already got, and I'll show you these all painted up here. Ooh, look at that. Just got to finish off the basing on them, and then they'll be ready to rock. So let's keep going on these Ronin. So here we go. Who am I starting with today? I think I'm going to start out by washing the metals real fast. So everybody gets a little bit of a black wash on their metals. So here we go. Grab a brush. So how was everyone's weekend? I had a very nice weekend. Let's make sure I'm actually, let's move those so I can be in my area and make sure I'm actually on screen. Also, if I'm ever off screen, just yell. Just yell at me, go, Dog, we can't see what you're doing. Put it back in the middle, you jerk. Because it's very easy to just go, hey, what's going on here? Yeah. Played a game, is a game of Malifaux that was stumping you, or you mean a board game that was stumping you? Because either sounds fun. Video game. I don't really play very many video games anymore. Because, I enjoy them. But the problem is that, so I've got ADHD. And that means I have a tendency to hyper-focus in on things. Which means that I will, if I'm playing video games, I will literally lose weeks of my life to it and get nothing else accomplished. And that is not good. So I just have a very hard time not zoning in on the video game. So I don't really play them much anymore. Because I recognize that in myself. The other thing is that also I work on the computer all day. And so I've always been more of a PC gamer than a console gamer. So at the end of the day, when I'm done working, I, don't want to just stay seated at the computer and keep on gaming there. So also one of the other reasons why I probably don't really enjoy Vassal very much is that I spend all of my time on the computer. I don't want to spend my fun times on the computer. But those are all totally me things, and I completely understand the love of video games. I mean, I've got a degree in video game design art, so completely understand it, and I enjoy them. But I also know that if I'm sitting at my computer working, like, oh well, I could just play a video game for 5 minutes. No, I can't. I'll end up playing it all day. But that's a me thing. That's a Doug thing. And I recognize that in myself. But were you at least having fun with the video game? All right, got those metal. Oh, missed one spot there. Just making sure I finish doing a little wash on the metals. Yeah, so I ran a Malifaux tournament on Saturday, which was good fun. We ended up having 14 players come out. It gave zero guidance by design. Gave up, decided to complete it. Yeah, it's that sometimes you're just like, I want to know the story, but why must you make it difficult? But I want to know your story. Let me learn your story. Honestly, I feel like any game that has a decent story should give you the option to play on super easy mode. Like super easy mode. So that you can just get through it and get the story. Alrighty, so let's go. Yeah, I'm going to do some skin tones here. I think the spot I'm up to is tan skin. We shall see in a second. Oh, Cultist Simulator. That sounds amazing. Wait, card deck building. Okay, so that's a board game then. Come on, little. Why is my Vortex Mixer being mean to me? I've heard of that one, Cultist Simulator. And you're trying to, get sacrificed to your, like the great old one you worship or something like that, right? I can swear I've heard of that one before. Because clearly, it's hard to see on the. I love Cthulhu stuff. Ascend. Okay, you're trying to ascend. Right, and you get that by sacrificing the other cultist or something. I've heard of this one. It sounded delightful. In a weird, slightly creepy kind of way. Hey, what is up, Furyk? How you doing, man? I think I need just a little bit more. Just slightly overthinned. Hey, Ashenhold, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by for, a couple seconds. Hope you're doing well, Ben. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of bouncing between the three of them. Oh, by the way, I need to make sure I mention this. Happy Pi Day, everyone. Oh, yeah. So I've got to finish up. I've got a couple of the other models actually finished. I just have to finish basing them. But thanks for stopping in, man. Grab a M&M. Yeah, so I had it, ran a tournament over the weekend. It was good fun. It was our first tournament in the new space for Dragon's Lair. And oh man, that space is beautiful. We had 14 players, and I could still wander around the space and just, spin my arms and not smack anyone upside the head. So that was awesome to do. So we're getting very good turnout for our monthly tournaments here in Houston. So if you're in, Texas, come on out to Houston. We do it second Saturday of the month, every month. If you're not in Texas, come on out. We do it second Saturday of the month, every month. So you can count on getting in at least 3 games against some really awesome dudes. Had a few people from up north chatting with me that were there, interested in coming down here. So that'd be really cool. So we're always super welcoming to anyone who comes on out. And we actually we got guys who come all the way down from Dallas. Got a bunch of guys who come over from Austin. And we've even got guys coming all the way over from San Antonio lately. Yeah, one of my players who I hadn't seen in a couple months because, went and had a kid, so he was being all safe and staying at home and staying away from, the sicknesses out there. Actually came out, so that was good to see him. And he baked and decorated some really, really awesome looking cookies. He did them in with the Malifaux faction symbols on them there. And I posted a few pictures of that to a weird place. They looked really, really cool. And tasted really, really good. So they weren't just pretty, they were also really, really delicious. And I, I ended up, I have consumed Fortune now. I ate both the black and a red Joker cookie. So now, they say you take into you what, you make it a part of yourself. So I have made the black and red Joker a part of myself now. Therefore, I am, I hold the power of Fortune within me. Which, if you haven't had a chance to read it, I think it's in the Neverborn faction book. Kimberly, you could correct me on this, but I think the story of Pandora going to the Star Theater under the influence of Fortune. Well, no, she wasn't under the influence of Fortune, but it was the Crossroads 7 there, under the influence of the tyrant Fortune. And the reason why she's now, it basically is the story that informs why her title is Tyrant Torn. But really, really good story. But unless I'm mistaken, and Kimberly can correct me on this, I think that one's in the Neverborn faction book. I often mistake. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I often mistake where the source of each little nugget of story is from. Because gosh, there's so much story now. Hey, McBluff, how you doing? How was your weekend? I'm doing well. I had a really good weekend. So I ran a Malifaux tournament in our beautiful, beautiful new space here in Houston. 14 players. The new space is gorgeous. I'm in the process of working out details with the store owner to actually run a GT there, a 2-day GT. Because I figured out without bringing in extra tables, yes, the trampoline park. It used to be a trampoline park. But without bringing in extra tables, we can fit 66 players there. Which is absolutely insane. All right. Let's keep going on. As long as I'm on the flesh, might as well go. So the tan skin, let's go to highlights. There we go. Looks like a nice 50% mix. Oh, it takes time to do animation right. Now, when you do your animatics, do you storyboard it first? Or do you dive full into the animatic? Because everyone's got a different process. And honestly, setting up the early stuff better means that the stuff later, you figure out early on if something isn't going to work. And it's better to find out in the animatic phase that an idea you have isn't going to work, as opposed to finding out in the thumbnailing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, honestly, storyboarding and animatic were because I mean I did a bunch of 3D animation stuff. That is always the part I am not super great at because I'm not a great 2D artist. I'd really like to up my drawing skills, but my drawing skills are not what you call the highest of level. I can draw rudimentarily, but not as well as I would like to be able to. Nor as fast as I want to. Tricky thing with thumbnailing for you is that you use songs and trying to adhere to the preset. Yep. Yeah, when it comes to, if you're putting something to music, you gotta have that music while you're doing it there. Otherwise, you just can't. The timing is so important. Yeah, a lot of the motion graphic stuff I've been doing lately has been set to music, so it definitely yeah. Is that, a project never, until it is handed off to the client, a project is never done. And if there's no client, well, actually, if you want to check out an animation I did, it's available on my Instagram right now. My most recent Instagram post was an animation I did. Now, it's not character animation, it's more motion graphics type animation, but it's still fun to do. Thanks. Yeah. Then if you follow the link to the Kickstarter there, I've actually got a longer So that was the quick little, I guess, 20-second animation. There's like a minute and a half one that's longer because that's the one that lives at the top of the Kickstarter. The 20-second one there is, the one reason for ads and stuff places. Thanks. Glad you like it. I had a fun time making it. So I do enjoy doing animation. It is fun to make something come to life. Most of my work right now is in 3D, obviously painting here and doing a bunch of 3D sculpting. Oh yeah, I definitely had to shake off a little bit of rust. It had been a few months since I had used After Effects very much. But, once I knocked that rust off, I had a blast doing it. Honestly, I just need to stay more up on doing it as opposed to, work on it a little and then go do other things, and then working on a little and then go do other things. Because once I'm in the flow, I'm much faster once I just stick with the flow as opposed to knocking a little rust off each time I go and do that. But the other super fun thing I did this weekend was the Museum of Fine Arts here in Houston just opened, and it's technically not even open yet. No, it opened officially to the public yesterday. I went to a members exclusive pre-opening for a new exhibit at the Museum of Fine Arts Houston for an MC Escher exhibit. And MC Escher, the moment I heard this was coming to Houston, I'm like, yes, I'm going to that. MC Escher has been hugely influential in my art style of my personal work. Like my ArtStation page, and honestly, a lot of my brandings for my personal business uses stuff that is very much inspired by MC Escher's work. And honestly, like his art was the first art that really captured my imagination. And it wasn't just, that captured my imagination beyond the look at it going, oh, this is art. And me just looking at it going, oh, this is just something I enjoy. So really, some of his prints were, some prints of his works were really some of the first stuff I ever had hanging on my walls as a kid. Because I'm that kind of nerd. But I love how he kind of combines the technical and the aesthetically pleasing. It's very rare to find someone who's got such a marriage of the technical and the aesthetic. And yes, I'm a huge nerd, and I'll fully admit that. I've got to shake up the paint. Come on. My vortex mixer has been acting up on me lately. Come on, vortex mixer. Why are you being a jerk? There we go. Come on. You can do a little mixer. There we go. I got it working. Going in there and painting up her hair because I wanted her to have like not the natural kind of ginger red tones. I wanted her to actually have red hair. So I'm looking forward to getting this crew to the table painted. I think after I finish these up, I've just got Vanessa and the Student of Conflict is what I plan on painting up. Just go with, I think I'm going to go just a little bit brighter there. Also want to make sure that everyone out there knows today is Pie Day. It's 3/14 today, so Pie Day. Make sure you eat some pie. Already had some key lime pie earlier. I do tend to like warm autumnal palates, yes. Also, just tends to be the models I've painted on stream have been, I don't know, more fit with the warm tones. Probably whatever I do next, I should probably do it with a more of a cool palette. The like my December models have very much a cool palette because they are icy models. But I do tend to be in the warmer. I tend to paint warmer because it's just what more appeals to me aesthetically. I have not painted her cigar. Well, so the thing is, it's not entirely a warm palette here. She's got the pops of cool, the pop of the cool colors in the blue jeans. But yeah, when it comes time to do we should make sure we need to remind me that, hey, Kimberly, when I move on to the next keyword, remind me that I'm doing one in a cool palette. Cool palette, yep. Next keyword. Not sure what keyword that's going to be, but I should do a cool palette for it. Honestly, I'm looking at most of my colors I've got here. Yeah, they're all mostly mostly warm colors on my Wallow paints. Not sure yet. So I've got coming up. Ooh, actually, that would be a really good challenge for my guild crew. I'm going to be doing when I've decided for the guild. I'm going to be doing Perdita. Oh, yes. Have you gotten a chance to finish those earrings? Like in as how to create the faction symbols or how to paint them? Like, in what way are you stumped? Okay, so like flat type tokens, and like you're attaching them to the puppet horseman, or is it something completely different than the puppet horseman? Oh, so one side is a puppet, the other side is a token. Okay. So you need to make them as a so you don't already have the faction symbol thing? Because you could, or you're trying to decide how to. Okay, so you don't already have the faction symbol thing. Okay. Um. Well, I could see how they're going with some laser cut acrylics. I know that those exist out there in the community. Or a 3D print. So, like a laser cut acrylic or a 3D print is kind of the way I would go on that. Oh, voodoo doll. You could get the wicked dolls might actually work for that. Because I mean, they may not be voodoo dolls, but they've got a voodoo doll aesthetic. Cookies. Well, if you need cookies, my buddy made it, baked cookies and decorated them, the Malifaux faction symbols for the tournament. They were delicious and looked amazing. Feel like at some point I should make some, kind of Malifaux jewelry for myself. That would be fun. I mean, some of you have seen the my Red Jester's hat when I wore it for the my Christmas special. And I wear that at LVO. I wear it as my TO hat. And I also just wear it at Gen Con because shenanigans. Well, yeah, so I've actually got a full Jester's outfit. Ooh, maybe. You know what? If we do something special, we should if we do the Wheel of Woe again at some point, or like for like a anniversary special or something, maybe we could get me to bust out the full Jester's outfit. But to be fair on that, I was saying we could do the wheel at some point, and I could wear the Jester's outfit, like the full outfit, not just the hat. Well, I don't know, like some. I feel like it had to be for something like a special occasion, not just the hey, we feel like tormenting Doug, but the hey, we're doing a charity fundraiser, or hey, we're celebrating the Play Weird anniversary, or I don't know, it's for special occasions. Also, it's a very, very warm outfit. So it's not incredibly comfortable to wear a large portion of the year around here. Oh, shenanigans. Come for the painting, stay for the shenanigans. That's my personal theme for the Play Weird stream, obviously. Come for painting, stay for shenanigans. Enjoy your walk or your bike ride or whichever you're doing right now. Yeah, I was thinking I should get, make some fun Malifaux related jewelry. Unfortunately, I don't tend to wear much jewelry. I'm not a piercings guy. The only ring I wear is, this one ring there. I don't like having things on my hands. So I wear a watch when I'm out and about. But, the only other jewelry I ever wear, and it's not very often, is cufflinks. Wish I could wear cufflinks more often. But most of the times, I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy. I'm not in situations where I wear cufflinks all that often. Actually, you know what? I think the puppet horseman would make pretty awesome cufflinks. But I feel like I should make like some I don't know, beard jewelry or something, like some beads or something to put into the beard every now and then. Because that would be fun. Or I could make faction symbol beard beads. What do you think of that idea, Kimberly? Faction symbol beard beads. Sounds like fun. I should do that. Oh, I was just saying that, I should make some Malifaux themed jewelry for myself, but I'm not really much of a jewelry guy. I wear the one ring on my hand. I wear a watch from time to time, but really, I don't get to wear much jewelry because I'm not really a piercings guy. But not really a piercings guy, I mean, I'm not getting myself stabbed to dangle bits from me. That sounds wildly unpleasant. But I was thinking, like, some beard beads and make, like, faction symbol beard beads could be fun, right? I was also thinking the puppets, the puppet horsemen, would make awesome cufflinks. Yeah, I should make some beads for my beard. That'd be fun. Wear those when I'm wearing the, jester's hat. Only problem is, so I figure I could wear those, my local tournaments. But at Gen Con, Gen Con, I think they're still requiring masks this year, at least last I saw. So I kind of takes the point out of the wearing anything in my beard. Although I could just wear beard beads on, stream because shenanigans, that'd be fun. Bring that extra level of extra to the stream. Just a little bit over the top. Because I'm not already ridiculous and over the top. But that's why y'all stick around. Because I am full of ridiculousness and shenanigans. Exactly, Wishlight. Exactly. If I'm not ridiculous and over the top, what is the point? You come for the dancing, but you stay for, you come for the painting and you stay for, my dancing and singing and stuff like that, right? Because I am an awesome dancer. You see that at the beginning of every stream. I, dance until I see myself on the camera. It's been good. It's been, busy week. Been, running the Kickstarter for my 3D printable stuff. So that's always busy. Details for that are in my socials, and my Willow link there. I ran a Malifaux tournament on Saturday, which was awesome. Had a really nice turnout for that. We had 14 show up. And it was in our new space. So the game store that we go to has been just expanded to a new location. And it ended up, it's gorgeous. We had 14 players, and I could still just go wee and just spin around with my arms spread wide and not smack anyone. Which, not going to lie, is a pretty awesome feeling because we definitely needed that space. Ooh. And I'm throwing M&Ms on the floor. Exactly. Well, they moved from a 4,000 square foot space to a 10,000 square foot space. And it was literally just 3 storefronts down. So that was super awesome. Oh no, Kimberly, we're getting rainbow puke again. I'm so sad. We had gotten rid of all of that. And then things happen again. Why rainbow puke? All right, let's go with this color. Yeah, I mean, we weren't having any problems with that for a couple weeks here, and now it's back. It's so confusing. Like we had rid ourselves of rainbow puke. But once again, it rears its ugly head. Rainbow puke, our eternal nemesis. Exactly. You know what? Waldo's acting up because Waldo knows all the bosses. All right, Gam. Oh, Kimberly, are you all alone? That's so sad. I hope you still have some friends in the office with you. Okay. I'll be very sad if you, were in the office and had no one there. That'd be very, very sad. For opponents, move on. Oh, nice. Yeah. Getting that space is always nice. And it's sort of that having the space properly taken care of. So before, the gaming space was really right on top of the retail space. And that can lead to all sorts of issues. People who want to browse the stock, not being able to get by the people who are gaming, people who are gaming getting bumped into by people who are browsing the stock. So now in the new 10,000 square foot space, and I posted some pictures of this in a weird place and in the Discord. That it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous space. But so they've actually got the gaming space completely separated from the retail space now. Well, so they had space. It was just the layout of the old store was kind of, they wrapped around each other. Now the retail space is completely separate from the gaming space. It's just, different room. We can still see from the gaming space into the retail space and vice versa. So it's nice. It used to be in a trampoline. It's in what used to be a trampoline park. So a lot of room. And so I was over the weekend doing the math on the number of players I'd be able to fit in there. Because I'm like, well, with this much space, I'm like, I feel like it would be a crime not to run a GT in there. And so I am in the process, and I'm, hey, this is the first time I'm really announcing it anywhere, is I'm in the process of working with the store to try to get a GT and launch it, try to launch a GT there. 2-day GT. For Malifaux. Because I figured out in that space, I could fit 66 players without bringing in extra tables and without being right on top of each other. And so at this point is the matter of meeting with the owner, sorting out making sure that we sort out, how to do it, what they'll provide, what I'll provide, pricing, etc. And, full on actually booking it. But I'm planning on I'm looking at doing it on one of the weekends that I already had blocked out there in the shop for our monthly tournament. Since we do a tournament the second weekend of every month, means that we've already got that Saturday blocked. So it's just a matter of blocking out the rest of the weekend for us, which they have said they'd be more than willing to do. Just got to, hammer out the logistics, which would be awesome. I think so. We are looking at doing it the second weekend of October. Since I've got, the space booked for that Saturday already. And as far as I'm aware, there's nothing else on the Malifaux calendar that weekend. I've got to take a look. And I've got to full on confirm it with the shop owner. So anyone out there, does anyone know if there is anything going on the Malifaux community calendar the second weekend in October? So here in the U.S., that is what is known as either Columbus Day or I prefer Indigenous Peoples Day. which happens to be a weekend where a lot of people get that Monday off. So that could be a really good weekend to, host a big tournament here. Because then people going home don't have to worry about, you know, playing on Sunday and then getting home in time to work on Monday. But also, it's not a holiday where people really do family things. So if anyone's got any input on that, let me know, because I think that would be I'm feeling like that might be an awesome weekend. Also, and by that point, it's not as crazy hot here in Houston. That's why the Soka. Yeah. None of them are in October, right? A bead dog. What is a bead dog? Welcome back, McBluff. Okay. King of beads. Oh, okay. I think I've seen one of those before. I don't know how to make one, but I think I've seen one. Being that, I lived in New Orleans, there was many beads around all the time. Probably still have some Mardi Gras beads around my house somewhere. That sounds like something I would enjoy making, McBluff. I tend to be a fidgeter. I like to pretty much always have a. If I'm not actively working with my hands, I'm probably, have a pen in my hands and I'm clicking it or something. Oh, yeah, do not do that with pearls. That would be a great way to get in trouble. Do you know this from experience? Is this a story of a misspent childhood? swig of water. Hydration. But so we were early. Yes, hydration. Got to stay hydrated. But so we were talking earlier how I tend to use very warm palettes, and that next project I should do a cool tone palette, and I think that would be a good challenge. Well, I was thinking, I might do a jump to the guild next for my next project. And that you tend to see the guild in a lot of warm tones and reds. Because, red is the faction color. So I think an Ortega crew, so family is the keyword. With the Ortega crew, done in cool tones, could be a really cool look. Like going with a palette with a lot of, deep blues. Could look really good for the Ortegas. Okay. I'm digging this idea. Just gotta wait for my Ortega crew to get here. Oh, denim jet. Oh, actually, doing a lot of denim with them could be that does make sense since they kind of live out on a ranch. I know. Why is it being so weird on us? It's so odd. It's because the bosses are at Gamma, isn't it? Waldo knows he can misbehave. Let's hope that Waldo messing up the stream is the worst thing that he does while the bosses are out of town. Oh yeah, and then if Gamma's coming, that means what? Adepticon is not this weekend, but the following weekend, then, isn't it? We're getting right into the thick of things for the. Oh man, that's craziness. Getting right into the thick of things for con season then. I mean, obviously, Gamma is not so much a consumerist thing. That's more of the that's the professionals. But so Adepticon is Origins is then after is Origins before or after Gen Con? I can never keep track of that. Because right now I was hoping to make it to Gen Con. I mean, no, sorry. I'm making it to Gen Con. I was hoping to make it to Adepticon. Unfortunately, it's just not in the cards this year. It happens. But I am because the U.S. Faux Tour is made Nova Open the U.S. Championship. I am planning on going to Nova Open this year. Yeah, well, last year, I mean, like I know Gen Con got bumped back by a month, but I don't know, like if Origins also got bumped because I think Origins was before Gen Con last year, or maybe I can't remember. But all the cons were weird last year. Yeah, I love going to convention. Conventions are my favorite. And it's fun to play against, other people who I don't get to see on the regular basis. I mean, at this point, I know people from, gosh, all over the country because of Gen Con. And so that always is fun. Come on, little vortex mixer. Stop being mean to me. Okay, I have no idea how I broke my vortex mixer. There we go. Oh, yeah, no worries. So, Guild is one of those factions that I've never really had the desire to play as because I am an Arcanist at heart. But seeing how New Perdita and New Dashel are, the titled versions, oh man, they are nasty on the table. And so I'm really feeling like they could be a lot of fun to play. Also, when it comes to the family keyword, so I'm working on trying to have at least one playable crew, full 50 soulstones, painted perfection by the end of the year. And when I'm teaching new players or kind of giving them my spiel as to why they should be playing Malifaux, one of the things that I always hit on is that so I've played dozens. I've literally played like at least a dozen different minis games in the 30 years I've been playing minis games. Yes. I hate to admit I've been playing minis games for probably 30 years. And honestly, Malifaux is the lowest cost of entry of any game I've ever played. And the Perdita crew, holy cow. I think you can actually field a full 50 Soulstone crew just from the Perdita core box. I haven't added it up all the way, but I think that's possible. Oh, that's good, because she's angry and ready to punch everyone. Well, Foe hadn't been around for, it hasn't been around for 37 years. It's been around for 12 years, I think. 12, 13 years, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to do some mental math here real fast. And not so much mental math. I'm just going to do, math. Yeah, so let's see. Math. So 2022 minus 30 would be 92. Yep, it sounds about right. Maybe not quite 30 years of miniatures painting, maybe closer to 28. But, yeah, almost 30 years. Yeah, I didn't start playing Malifaux until right around the beginning of 2nd edition. Hey, Hobby Goblin Joe. I am having a great day. How are you doing, Hobby Goblin Joe? Hobby Goblin Joe. Hobby Goblin Joe. Hobby Goblin Joe. I'll just say it's hard to say 3 times fast. Hobby Goblin. Hobby Goblin Joe. Sorry. I love your name. Clearly, I am full of shenanigans. Hello. I don't believe I've seen you here before, Hobby Goblin Joe. Is this your first time tuning into the Play Weird stream? Ah, welcome. I'm Doug, also known as Gooselotto and Top Doug Design. I paint here on Mondays. And I'm just over here, you know, messing up eyeballs. Because I forgot to paint her eyes white before I went and did her other skin tones. Because unfortunately, this model, a lot of times I skip the eyes on Malifaux minis because they're small enough. But these ones you can see. I'm being not lazy. Von Schill. Nice. Trying to settle on your own gang. Okay, what are you weighing between? So I'm working on the mercenary keyword here. Yedza and Lord Cooper are highest choice right now. Okay, yeah. I did the Lord Cooper crew recently. They are a lot of fun. Fun to paint, fun to play. I have not paint. I don't have the Yedza crew, and so I haven't played them yet. But they're on my list of things to get. Honestly, everything. I'm going to end up getting everything eventually. One day I will have all of Malifaux. Right now I just have a large portion of it. Yeah, if you're learning how to play, I would say the Lord Cooper crew is a more straightforward crew to learn how to play with. Of the Explorer Society, he definitely is the most straightforward of their leaders. Not that he's simple. Yeah, so the way I describe it is the Yedza crew is kind of a tricky or finesse crew. And then every faction has got, you know, kind of their more tricky or finesse ones. And those tend to require a little bit more of a deeper knowledge of the rules so that you can then know. I mean, they're not literally breaking the rules, but, you know, there's special rules that are letting them do stuff outside of what the core rules allow you to do. So how, you know, any special rule breaks the standard rules. And so for a finesse crew, it tends to require a deeper knowledge of the core rules in general. So starting with a straightforward crew, like a Cooper or a Perdita, tends to be a lot easier for a new player. Not that you can't start with a finessier crew. It's just it tends to be easier to get up and running with a non-finesse tricky crew. But that's just my recommendation. Ultimately, rule of cool beats all. Play what you want. Have fun. Ooh, Ooh, yes. The Malifaux burn. Yes, there is so much cool. It is very hard to decide. You have no idea how I have so much stuff around here. Yeah, you definitely get a little Pokemon-ish with this game sometimes. Gotta have them all. Alrighty, so let's get in. So I say she is most of the way there. I got to go in and clean up do her metals and then dot her eyeballs. But otherwise, I feel like she is. This one is just about there. Well, honestly, doing these Play Weird streams have gotten me to really venture outside of my quote-unquote comfort zone. I've been painting up a lot of stuff that is not for, usually what I consider my main faction. So I've been really mainlining Neverborn of late. But I don't think you've seen... I haven't painted any Neverborn models on stream yet, have I? Thinking about it. I don't think I've done a Neverborn model on stream. Oh, I did do Carver. That was the Halloween special, though. So I have done one Neverborn model on stream. But most of the time I've been, trying to complete a keyword. Complete a keyword, move on. So Malifaux burns. Effectively, each so you want the functional thing or the story of it. Like the general story of why we have Malifaux burns. Story-wise. Okay, cool. So the Burning Man, who is a strange anomaly, basically the Burning Man formed when the former Governor General of Malifaux tried to ascend to become a tyrant, which is basically a super powerful demigod that would rule over all of Malifaux. I'm abbreviating that a little bit, but that's effectively what he's trying to do. Well, his ritual to ascend was sabotaged. And then another one of the tyrants also happened to escape their prison, Cherufe, and combined with the Governor General to become, something else. It's hard to describe exactly what so he became the Burning Man, which is not quite a tyrant. In some ways more powerful, in some ways less autonomy. We're not quite sure what exactly the Burning Man is. And so the Burning Man ripped a hole through reality back to Earth. And that's what precipitated the storyline that gave rise to the game The Other Side. And all of the goings on Earthside. Now, at some point, so basically, very recently then in the history of Malifaux, the Burning Man came back to Malifaux. We don't know how, we don't know why. But his arrival in Malifaux shook things up. And several of the masters are now more or less kind of corrupted by the Burning Man. They become, warped and twisted and a little bit crazy because of the Burning Man's effect. So that would be like Maxine and Nellie. So the best place to start with the lore is the Breachside broadcast. It is the podcast that Weird puts out. And it goes all the way back. And I think you can still get all of the original episodes. It goes all the way back to the beginning of Malifaux history. Yes. Now, obviously, they because that book came out more recently, they have not done any of the podcasts with that content yet. But yeah, Breachside Broadcast is where the lore is. If you want basically the most basic lore primer, I believe so. The Breachside Broadcast is broken down to there's the Tales of Malifaux, and then there's also Earthside Echoes. I don't know which episode of Breachside Broadcast it would be, but the first Earthside Echoes is the one where they effectively go over the history of the world and really fill you in on, first, what exactly the universe of Malifaux is. So the history of the breach, the first breach, and then the breach closing in the second breach. The Black Powder Wars, all of that stuff. All of the history of the world. Of, effectively alternate Earth, because it's an alternate Earth, the one you and I live in, as far as we know. Yeah, so that episode gives you a very good intro to all of the information as to this is how it relates to our world in general. And that's a really great primer. Yeah. Well, also, if you're looking at reading up on things, the core rule book for the other side has got a lot of great information on it. And okay. So I hadn't realized nearly consumed, destroyed 5 times. Yeah. Things have got bad things happen. But yeah, the other side rulebook has got a really good breakdown on the history of the world and how it relates to Malifaux itself. The Through the Breach rulebook has got a really great breakdown. Rainbow puke. The really great break. So yeah, Through the Breach core rulebook has a really great breakdown of the, how the universe relates to it there. I don't remember if the third edition core rulebook gets into that much of the background lore, if it was kind of already assumed. It's been a while since I've read that one. Yeah, never trust Seamus. Just never trust Seamus to, be reliable for anything. If anyone is the baddest bad guy in Malifaux who's still alive, well, actually, technically, probably be Hamlin. Would be probably really, really bad. But Seamus is definitely one of the farthest from being a good guy as far as a playable master goes. Seamus is definitely not a good guy. Here's the thing, he's not even always reliable on being awful. You just can't count on him for things. He's just a bad guy. He does do, he's one of the few who does, evil for evil's sake, honestly, is the way he feels. One of the few who actually, is that bad. Except maybe Hamlin. But that's because Hamlin is is a tyrant. He's got plague. He's carrying around the tyrant plague inside of him. But to be fair, there's not really any straight up good guys in all of Malifaux. Oh, let me see. Where am I at? Yeah, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here. I think I'm just zoomed in a little bit too far. Oof. And now, is it my connection or is it something on your end there? That's weird. All right. Base is kind of a good guy, but he's working for the guild. All right. You want to jump to the be right back for a second? I'll do something to try to fix this real fast, Kim. I think I might know what an issue is. So give me a second. You want to... If I could pick a nightmare box, what would it be? Curiosity Kill the Cat, Deepest Depths. Ooh. Yeah, those are... Oh, nightmare box theme. So one that does not currently exist, you mean? Play Weird? Hopefully this fixed it. If not, I'll have to do some stuff on the... Ooh. So the one that I know... one of my local guys, yeah, it looks like I didn't fix it all the way. But, yeah, we'll power on through. The one that one of my local guys really, really wanted was he wanted Angelic Nephilim. So instead of the watery Nephilim, he wanted Angelic Nephilim. So he was sad about water Nephilim. But well, if I could pick a crew, so I think I would have to start out with the crew. So I think my favorite nightmare box that I have, the favorite one that I own is, well, and I own all of them except for Unicorn Vomit and Pixie Farts or whatever that one was. I didn't like that one. It was just not my cup of tea. But which crew? I mean, okay, you know what? We all know which master I want to get the nightmare treatment. Anyone who's been here before knows who my boy is. I would love a Nightmare Marcus crew. But what that would look like, I have no idea. The Ronin Black one, that one's fun. Pain to build, but tons of fun. Of course I said Mark. We all know this. I am Marcus's biggest fanboy. And if there's someone else out there who thinks they're a bigger fanboy than me of Marcus, we're gonna have to fight and determine who the biggest fanboy is. You know, we got to fight for Alpha. But man, what would a Nightmare Marcus look like? I don't know. See, I've always been better at coming up with fun, witty names for Miss models. Like, I would love a Miss Catonic. Yeah, pogo stick riding Marcus? No. See, that's the reason why I didn't like the Unicorn Vomit and Pixie Farts. Is that I am of the opinion that a Nightmare box should be exceptionally cool or terrifying. But yeah, cryptids would be awesome. And Nightmare and the Unicorn Vomits and Pixie Farts was silly. And that doesn't create. It's not. It was silly. It was silly. It just did not hit the aesthetic right for me. It is my least favorite of the Nightmare boxes. And the only Nightmare box that I didn't even care that was My Little Pony themed. It was just not my thing. Not my thing. Didn't hit the aesthetic I enjoy. Like, I love the Dark Carnival. Because that gets the, just the innate. There's just something so sinister about, that kind of circus thing there. It evokes the Something Wicked This Way Comes. That book. And honestly, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I've never really been big on the Gremlins or Bayou as they are now. Is that aesthetically, they're kind of silly. And so that's why, and there's nothing wrong if you want to play something that is, silly and, has that kind of silly, less serious look to it. It just does not, I may be a silly person, but just aesthetically, I don't enjoy a really silly thing. Yeah, they got giant pigs, but they're also a bunch of drunken rednecks. So the Bayou has not really ever done it for me on an aesthetic level. It's just my preference. And so when it comes time for, because I am going to be painting, going to have one faction for every single crew. I mean, one crew for every single faction painted up by the end of the year. I'm really struggling on the decision for Bayou. And I'm not counting Zoraida either. Because I've already got Zoraida painted up. Because she's never born. Ooh, Edgar Allan Poe would be, I would be all about a very, very Lovecraftian box. I'm a huge fan of the cosmic horror aesthetic. But honestly, that's captured pretty well in the Insidious Madnesses. Oh yeah, that's what I've been saying. So every year there's also there's the Nightmare box. There's also the Miss model, and the I was they always do a nice play on words like uh Misanthrope. What was the name of the what was last year's Miss model called? I can't remember it. I have a Misfire. What? No, was it Misfire or what? Which one was it? Hey, what's up, Haunted? How you doing, man? Ooh, Alice in Wonderland. I would be there for that. Oh yeah, Misshapen. That's one I haven't painted yet. That was the umbrella. The umbrella Jakuna Matata. Oh, you know what we need to do? We just need one that is all clowns. All clowns all day. Ah, she finally got shoved back in the group. Hey, by the way, hey, Haunted, how you doing, man? Good to see you today. There's a Miss model. I think I'd love Miss Catonic. Actually, you know what would be an awesome box? Ooh, Nelly with the Necronomicon? Yes, that would be perfect. There we go. But I feel like a great box to do is a Nightmare box. Be the Crossroads 7. Because everyone wants, like, yeah, I mean, I'll fully admit it. I want a Nightmare Marcus. Everyone wants their favorite master to get, everyone wants their favorite master to get the Nightmare treatment. Or at the very least, they want their faction to get the Nightmare box that year. And every year, there is, moaning and belly aching. Like, oh, why did this get the Nightmare box? Blah, 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 blah. Or, oh, why did this, get the Miss model when this other idea would be so much better? It's like, well, you can't do it every year. Ooh, Dreamer would make a very good Alice in Wonderland. So 10 Thunders, Nightmare box, Wild Ones is at the time it was technically 10 Thunders and Guild, because Lucas McCabe was 10 Thunders and Guild. Now that one would technically be a 10 Thunders. And they also got Mei Fang. Yeah. So Dreamer is not going to get the Nightmare treatment right away. Technically, there's been a Nightmare Dreamer. There was Nightmare Lord Chompy Bits, but that was first edition. So I don't see that getting a. Now, these are all brilliant ideas, but it's kind of the, hey, spread it around. But here's the fun thing. Has anyone seen the new announcements for the upcoming Twisted Alternatives? Because I'm excited for this. That there is the Twisted Alternatives for the let's see, twisted alternatives for Zip, where it's Dr. Love Bomb, where it's Zip riding the bomb down like a like Dr. Strangelove. And there's also the twisted alternatives for Ferdinand Vogel and Beast Within. And so I love this idea. Because it means we're getting more alternate. Yeah, don't worry, Be Zappy. I don't know the names to all of the things off the top of my head. Just like you'll hear me I won't be able to mislead. Alt Colette or Yuka. That is brilliant for Alt Colette or Yuko. I'm still been. We said this one for a few years here. Mistake would be a great one for some kind of vampire thing, or like a vampire hunter. Ooh, I got it. Mistake is someone killing the bowling vampire. And now the bowling vampire, that is a legendary early days of weird model. I mean, yeah, the bowling vampire, that's definitely before, I mean, that's before Malifaux existed, if I'm not mistaken. That's before my time, most certainly. What is a yokai watch? I don't know what a yokai watch is. I'm assuming, is that a reference to something that I'm not getting because I'm old? Or is that like an anime thing? Hey, Hobby Goblin Joe, thanks for coming out. Stop by. I'll be streaming next Monday again. But who's painting tomorrow? Vyruk's painting tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but Vyruk does paint tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. And welcome to the wonderful world of Malifaux. Hey, thanks for following, man. Have a wonderful, wonderful day or evening or night, I suppose. I'm assuming you're on the other side of the pond. Sun Wukong. Okay. I You're definitely making references that I don't necessarily know. Like I know Sun Wukong is the Monkey King. That's a character for a long time in various iterations of Japanese folklore. But I don't know what a yokai watch is. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have not seen that. But yeah, the twisted alternatives. I love that because I mean we've obviously the first one of the first twisted alternatives was the tortoise in the hair box, which such a cool box. And that we're getting more and more of these twisted alternatives is a great way to get some more cool alternate models that are a fun idea as a one-off that is not the full-on nightmare box. So that makes me excited. That makes me excited as a player, and that makes me excited as a painter. And so I feel like the Pixie Vomit and Unicorn Farts, or whatever that one is, the Brony box, in my opinion, no, this is my opinion. I feel like that would have made a better twisted alternative box as opposed to a nightmare box. Now, was Christmas Rasputina, was that technically a twisted alternative? Because I know like the alternate Neverborn box that we've gotten with Pandora and with Zoraida. So Christmas Raspy was a twisted alternative. Okay, cool. Because I know that it's Rotten Harvest is what we've had for those alternate Neverborn boxes. Cool. I'm just making sure I'm getting the labeling right. So, you're heading out. Thanks for stopping in, McBluff, and I will see you around, probably on other people's Play Weird streams during the week. So have a wonderful day, McBluff. Always fun to have you around. Always enjoy having you around. You keep, the conversation going in fun ways. But so the Twisted Alternatives Raspy box is, kind of silly. And so I feel like, Twisted Alternatives is a great spot to put the, silly shenanigansy stuff. And then Nightmare can be, badass and cool and metal, man. Yeah. But honestly, the more cool alt boxes we can have, the better. I love them. It just makes me happy. And it's also a great way to get people like me who've got, the pile of possibilities with everything in it to get stuff that we don't already have. Or to rebuy crews that we already have at least one of. Right. I need to do your jeans, but I've got the so that's kind of going down. That's all right. Twilight blue. Yeah, I got about 20 minutes left. I can get you pretty close to finish here. Actually, I might not need to go all the way down to Twilight. I think, actually, let's see how. No, I probably not. Let's try just going with the. I think, actually, Snow Shadow might be where I need to go with this one. That's my one brush. There we go. Let's see. Too light, or are you just right? I think you might be just right. Kind of want to go ramp up that really quickly, because then kind of gives you that more worn denim look. Yes, I think that's what I want. That rapid fade. It gives a good look of worn denim. And why, yes, I do talk to my models. I'm talking to my model right now. They behave better when you talk to them. I don't know if you knew that. That's pro painting tips right there. Talk to your models. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Let them know that, you care about them. Praise them when they're doing good. Correct them with a firm hand when they're not doing great. But never shame them. Exactly. You got to talk to them, How else do they know when they're looking awesome? Sing to them sometimes. Because if you don't, let them know that you appreciate their aesthetics. Talking to them as a when they talk back, you know what? You probably need to get some sleep or maybe cut back on the caffeine. Or, talk to someone. A real person then. Maybe get out of that. If your models start talking back to you, you might need to get out of the house. Luckily, Orly, you know what? Fair enough. I mean, definitely during height of pandemic things, I definitely, talked and sung to myself more. That's because I'm a gregarious person by nature. But I'm also glad to know that Play Weird, you're not left all alone at the offices there. While the team is at Gamma. Because I just, had pictures in my head of you sitting alone in the office going, all by myself. Don't want to be all by myself anymore. And see, that's just really sad to see. And luckily, you're not there singing all by myself to yourself. All by myself. Don't want to be all by myself anymore. That got really weird there. I apologize for nothing. I am in a weird mood. Okay, so companion. So he's not a companion. I feel like Waldo's not so much a pet. Is he a mascot? Or a curse upon you? Squatter. Okay, good to know. I needed to make sure I knew what the technical term for Waldo was. Squatter, uninvited guest. Karmic retribution for that thing that we all swore we would never talk about that happened at that lake house that summer. So I've got the important question here. How is everyone else celebrating Pi Day today because today is Pi Day. It's a very important holiday. And we all know, I mean, we can't have a Doug stream without me making you all hungry. I mean, we've had singing, we've had dancing, and now I need to talk about food. Because if we don't have singing, if there's no singing and dancing and talk of food, did I really even stream? Ooh. What kind of math did you actually do? Skjalm? Would that be skjalm? I want to pronounce it skjalm. Like with the J as a Y sound. Skjalm. But I mean, it could be skajal. Yeah. Ooh, that talk. Yeah. Hey. Well, I don't know. Do they celebrate Pi Day in Poland? I mean, it is, a universal number. Is it the Y sound or the J? Like jam or yam? So I try to pronounce people's names as appropriately as possible. Because, that's what they go by. And it's important. Like me, I prefer Doug. Oh, more like Yam. So soft. Okay. Because I go by Doug, not Douglas. Not a big fan when people call me Dougie. So, Viruk, do you have some pie there? Because I have got public school once you're at the pie part of it across the wall. Ooh, that's fun. So, yes, because today is 314, so it is Pi Day. Let's see. I had some key lime pie earlier. I've got cherry pie later. And I'm also making a shepherd's pie for dinner. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's really cool where if you think about it, somewhere within pi, every work of fiction, every word that has ever been written or will be written is somewhere within the numbers of pi. See, I know this gets into a argument as to whether it's better to write the month or the day first. Obviously, I'm American, but like I use the metric system constantly. I love the metric system. I wish we used the metric system over here. I like the metric system for everything except temperature. I think that the metric system, that Fahrenheit is more so scientifically, metric makes more sense for a temperature. For general human usage, Fahrenheit makes more sense for temperature because it's more granular. A 1 degree is 1 degree up or down is a more accurate accounting than 1 degree centigrade. So the range of temperatures at which you use the range of temperatures. Let me finish my thought there before I move on to the other things. There is that the range of temperatures that you end up using for humans, Fahrenheit is far more useful because it's more granular. Because ultimately, the temperature doesn't get up into above 50 centigrade without everything being dead. So it is, yes, it is easier to convert things, but Fahrenheit is better than centigrade. But I love millimeters and all of that because I use that constantly for my stuff. We'll be wrapping up soon. Oh my goodness, we are. But yeah, dates. Because I'll say April 23rd. So I like to put the month, day, year. It feels more useful to me. What do we say? Year, month, day. Okay, that actually does make a lot of sense. Year, month, day makes sense for that particular circumstance, but no one writes it that way for daily usage because they assume you know what year you're in. So by extrapolation, month, day, year is more useful because then you start month. Yeah. But yes, check out my fun things on my socials. I've been got a lot going on with other projects lately. So cool stuff on there. And next time on here, I will probably I'll probably be wrapping up these. They probably won't take the whole time wrapping these up and probably getting started on either the Student of Conflict or Vanessa. I got to take a look at them real fast, figure out which one I feel like doing. Because the year since a lot of notes. Yeah. But yet, once I'm done here, I got to go and make a shepherd's pie. I love shepherd's pie. It's very, very tasty. Yeah. But I was also going with the because we've got our own little McBluff is our personal student of conflict. So that's always fun. But yeah, it looks like we are just about done here. So why don't you just grab these, show you where we're at with these. Here we go. Look at this. I think they're looking pretty great. Do, 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 do. Am I on the screen? Yes, I'm on the screen. Do, 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 do. Time to sing about the Ronin. Yeah, I'm really liking them. This is going to be, I'm enjoying this keyword. Yes, this is a really great keyword. I love it a lot. And so, yeah, and I'm excited to get them onto the table. But yeah, so thank you all for tuning in. Stop by tomorrow. Viruk is painting tomorrow. And stay weird, everyone.